This is the second class in a series of 10 classes on the selection process. So this is class 2006BB. In this particular class, I should say, we're going to look at shortlisting. Now, shortlisting is a part of the selection process. When a company is recruiting personnel, it goes through the process of shortlisting applicants to see who is most suitable for their requirements. So we'll talk about the shortlisting process. Shortlisting occurs once candidates have responded to a job vacancy. Methods of response can be either curriculum vitae, a CV, or an application form. Those are the usual ways in which people apply for jobs. They submit their CV, their curriculum vitae, or some people say a resume. They submit their CV to the company. The CV contains all of the essential information about them: name, address, education experience, work experience, and a little background on themselves. There are templates available for the creation of CVs, and it's well worthwhile opening these. The Word package in Microsoft Office, for example, has a template on resumes, it's called. But you'll find them online, and you'll find them in examples in various parts of the internet, from recruitment agencies to academic sites. We'll have samples and so on. We will put some examples in the professional and development area module for you to look at in addition. Now, methods of response can be either a curriculum vitae or an application form, as I said. So people apply to the business, perhaps fill out the company application form or submit a curriculum vitae. Now, once the applicants have been received, of course, they must be vetted. Looking at the candidate responses, the Human Resource Department then decides which employees are suitable for the job role. Not everybody will be suitable. Some people may be less suitable than others, and so on. So the company will have something in its mind. The recruitment manager will have something in his or her mind. The HR people will have some sort of job specification. They'll understand what's required, and they will want to recruit personnel that meet their requirements. It's the most efficient way of proceeding. It'll be less costly if it goes wrong. So it's important to pick up the right people at the start. So they will vet the candidates. They will go through all of the applications or all of the CVs, all the responses they've got to, let's say, a job vacancy, and they will try to sort out who they want. They are shortlisting it. They are working out who was best suited for that particular task. Now, once suitable candidates are selected, they are then grouped into a shortlist and contacted for an interview. So the interview stage comes after the shortlisting. Once the shortlist has been drawn up, then the interviews will follow from there. So shortlisting is an important part of the recruitment process. It allows employers to select the right candidates for the job. That's why it happens. Out of all of the applications that come in, a certain number, a few, are picked. The company might decide to pick a fixed number, say 5 or 10, depends. Or it might decide to pick some percentage of the responses, 10% of the responses or 5% of the responses or whatever. Or it may simply pick the best ones that it comes across, and irrespective of numbers or percentages, just pick the best ones and shortlist those and call them for interview. The process is time consuming, but it allows employers to pick out the best candidates for further consideration. So it does require care and attention to go across all of the applications, to look at their CVs or their application forms and to try and assess who is most suitable for the shortlisting process. Employers have a right to reject an application if the candidate does not have the right qualifications or requirements for the job. So clearly, at the recruitment stage, if someone is not appropriate, doesn't have the right qualifications or experiences or whatever is required, they may be rejected at that stage. So, how to shortlist candidates? Well, candidates must be compared against essential and desirable requirements stated in the job description and person specification. So there must be an objective set of criteria set out. This is what the job requires, and this is the type of person that we're looking for. And that should be set out before any applications arrive, so that all of the applications or all of the CVs that arrive in response to the job advertisement, they can be judged equally against a set of criteria. It's only fair. It's only fair that everyone is judged by the same set of criteria. The candidates who don't hold the necessary requirements, well, those are rejected. So simply by going down the desired criteria as set out in the job description, the person specification, if a person does not meet that, then they are rejected. So it's comparison with the job description and the person specification. The shortlisting panel must then decide which candidates are suitable. So they look down, they've rejected perhaps some, they must now decide which ones are suitable, which ones best match the requirements of the business. Suitable candidates are then called for interview or for further assessment. They might have to go to assessment centres, and we'll talk about those later. But they may be called for further assessments, or they may be called for interview. Of course, it's important that applications must not be discriminated in any way. Candidates must be treated fairly. It's not just a simple exercise. People are looking for livelihoods, they're looking for jobs, and they must be treated fairly. So it's important that as far as possible the process is objective, having clear job specifications that were perhaps communicated to the applicants, and before they sent in their applications or their CVs, these job requirements were filled out, and all applicants were then assessed against them. So it was quite an objective matching against the criteria that was set out, the job specification that was set out. So there was no degree of discrimination. People were dealt with according to the set of requirements of the job against their skills, aptitudes, competencies, experiences, education, and so on. So the best set were selected from that. Okay, so that's shortlisting. That's the second class. Again, quite a short one. Second one in this set of 10 classes on the selection process. So let's leave this one where it is and say thank you for watching.